everyone, this is Sally with the Polka Dot Life. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. At Stampin' Up!, we have 3 catalog launches per year. We have our big main annual catalog that releases once per year. And then we have 2 mini catalogs, as we call them, one in the spring and then one at the end of summer, and it has our fall and our Christmas products in it. Spring is the time where we say goodbye to some favorites and we usher in our new annual catalog. I would just like to say that as a demonstrator, I have an advanced copy. I am not allowed to open it, but look at all of these flags. You can't even hardly see them all. I used 2 entire packages of Post-it flags marking my favorite products. And I know that list will grow even longer. It is a really good thing that Stampin' Up! Demonstrators get a great discount on their products. It's a no pressure place. If you decide that you're going to have a long wish list, then you can come and join my team and you can join the great family and community of other crafters and card makers. We just always have a fun time together. Today I have a little fun stamping method that is it's a lot of fun. It has a little mystery to it, and you get 2 cards, not just one. Let's go to the craft desk and get started on today's project. In our January to June mini catalog, on page 35, I am working with the Dahlia Days Bundle. Mostly just the stamp set today. I do want you to pay attention and see just some of the possibilities that you can do with this. I didn't even scratch the surface of using the dies, and they are awesome. But I love florals, and I just thought these made such a nice statement, especially when I use the in colors. I have a sheet of basic white cardstock, not the thick, just the regular. And we are going to be putting it in our trimmer this long way at 3 3/4 of an inch. I will have all of these measurements and so on for you on my blog at thepolkadotlife.com. And there will be a link to that in the video description below. So I use a mechanical pencil because I feel that I can get in there the best with this and make just the slightest line. So we are at 3 3/4 inches. And yeah, see, I've got to even put that down further. And we are just going to put it right here in the track of our trimmer and just make the slightest line right down there. And it doesn't matter that it's a little bit wobbly there. Just putting that tiny pencil mark down there is the hardest thing of the whole card. Each year, we get a new class of what we call in colors. And it's usually a collection of 5 colors, and they remain in our line for 2 years. We keep our core line of all of our basic colors, and then these are kind of ones maybe that you would call trending, I guess. This particular collection or class of in colors came in 2021. So they are the 2021-2023 in colors. So these ones are here until the annual catalog changes in the spring of 2023. I've brought in 2 stamps that I want to play with. I'm only using 2. You can make this as busy as you want. You can make this as uncomplicated as you want. I am going to start with the polished pink. And you don't have to go right on this line, but we are just going to take this, and I just want to ink that up good since I haven't used it yet today. And I am just going to kind of go to one side. Fun. And then I'm going to kind of go this way. And then I'm going to clean off my stamp. I just have my chamois off to the side. I'm going to close this pink because I will stick my hand in it. And I'm going to bring out the pale papaya. I just really like these 2 colors together. And they just make me really, really happy. let's kind of even bring it a little closer maybe to this one than the other. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. And I think that I even want to do a little bit of one here. And you can just put stamps wherever you want them. I think I'm going to go back into this polished pink just a little bit. And I am going to do one here. And right here. Now I could have masked. I made a little mask out of some cardstock that I could have covered over and used that. And this right here, I'm not too worried about it. We will just cover that up. Let's bring in our evening evergreen. And I don't think that it would make this card too dark. I'm going to use it a little sparingly, but on this white, I think that we are going to be just fine to use it. I'm going to do a little practice stamp there. Okay. I'm going to do a little sprig here off of where that boo-boo is. And I'm going to put one over here, kind of going off the edge. I'm going to do the same thing over here. To do one over here. And like I say, I could be using a mask, but I feel pretty confident that I can get in safely around this flower. I want to kind of think, I don't want it to be too crowded. I don't know that I can comfortably squeeze one in there, but I think I can do one over here pretty comfortably. And maybe even here. And I know this looks really, really random. But it will make sense pretty soon. Now I am going to close up my ink, and I am just going to push this over to the side. And here is where the little bit of fun starts. We are going to set that in here, and we are going to take that line and just line it back up in our trimmer, and we are going to cut this in half. Now you can kind of see which way and where that line might be. And if a little bit is showing like this one, I could erase it, or I could just take a little slice of that off, and then I don't have to erase. I can just do it that way. So now we have two pieces, and I want to think about how I want to do this. Let's flip this over so it's not messy. I think I'm going to have one go portrait and one go landscape. And since I do kind of have that little spot there, I think it would be a good place to just pop in an additional piece of greenery. And let's see, I think that this one, like I say, I don't think I could safely pop, I don't know. Let's just do it. Good, I'm glad we did that. I like that. And let's even bring in another piece over here. Super, super fun. This is a great card for even a beginning stamper. it just lets you kind of get a little bit creative, but not too daring. I like to pop my bright colors with a little bit of black. I grabbed this Happy For You stamp, and right offhand, I can't think of what set that I robbed that from, but I will post that in the supply list. I think I want this one to be my portrait card. And I am just going to stamp that. I'm going to hold it there for a minute. You could use your Stamparatus. I like to sometimes with my black greetings. You could also heat emboss that, would be really lovely. And then let's just put this one portrait. We'll swap that out. Let's see here. And this greeting is sending you lots of love. And this is from this particular set. I just thought the other one needed a big, bold greeting. And let's hope that I stamped this straight, because I really didn't check it before I put that down. Very good. And so now we have two fronts, and I got a little smudge on that one. But like I say, we have opportunities to cover this one up, so that's fine. So let's figure out how we want to do this. Maybe make this pink one here. And the pale papaya. Or maybe we want to switch it up. I think that's what we'll do. We will just switch that right up. So let's put our layer on. You also could put this on with dimensionals if you would choose to. I just am keeping mine flat because I know that I will be mailing these versus hand delivering these, and I'll just keep a little low profile with it. And I do know that it's always risky to stamp right on your card, but if you choose a place that if it doesn't stamp correctly, then you could punch or die cut a sentiment tag out and cover it over, then you're pretty safe with going ahead to do that. This one would be a little bit more difficult. And see, isn't that just kind of fun? And really, you can use it with any stamp set. It would work. If you don't have this set at home, try it with another set that you have. It's really cute. To also make that black pop out a little bit more, I have an additional layer of cardstock in the basic black. And like I say, I am just doing my layers flat. But you could one or the other layer. I don't think I would do both, but one of those layers you could certainly put on with dimensionals. I just kind of like this black really uptight to this colored cardstock. It's just a very narrow 1/8 of an inch border, but it really, really pops. And I know we're using black today, but if you had a colored card base, a white layer also can make it pop really nicely. But we've had a lot of really nice black and white products lately, and I've kind of been really liking that. So there we have those. I just have two basic white thick cardstock. Card bases rather. We're going to just do the same thing. and just layer that on up. And if you notice, this card base had a smudge on the front of it, just something in the fiber of the paper. And I was able, because this covers almost all of it up, that was the perfect choice for this card. So isn't that cute? And then just go ahead and put this one on in the same way. So 2 cards could be done out the door just like this, but I think they need a little embellishment or so. I have taken the gingham black and white ribbon, and I'm very happy to tell you that that is carrying over to the new catalog. I love it. And we could try to cover up this smudge there. I don't know that I love it in that place. I think I'm just going to put it here. And we just deal with that fact that that one flower just didn't sting it fully on those couple petals. But there, isn't that fun? And, you know, of course, it's being a little bit wonky as it's laying here on my desk, but it will get straightened out. And let's see, I kind of changed this one up a little bit. So where do I want to put that one? I guess I could put it there, or feel like I just kind of want to center it in this white space. Fun. And I always like to just let my bows sit a little bit, and then they'll look a little bit nicer after they get acclimated a little bit. And let's bring in our matte black dots. And see if we want to put some of those around our card. We could put some in the centers of our flowers. That'd be fun. Let's do that for this one. And that's really super happy. I love that. So let's put one here and kind of cover that up just a hair. Put one there. And let's get a small one. Trying to keep this triangle thing going on. So we'll put that one there. And we could actually add a few more if we wanted to. I just think that's enough on there for right now. I will kind of just prop it up and look at it and see if it needs any adjustments tomorrow. And so I have these 2 cards, and I will admit, I filmed this video one time before and I got the whole way through and it didn't tape. It cut out halfway through. So I have a lot of examples I can show you, just even of this style. Here was another portrait one. I didn't stamp these as heavily. These were the first ones that I made. And this one I did on the top. So that's a new thing to try there. Let me find, I think I mailed the other one. And so here's the one that I did at our other filming, and I added some fresh freesia to that one, and I like it really well too. I didn't do that one as I didn't stamp as much. I kind of just stayed in that center line, but I kind of like this busier one as well. So let's move these out of the way, and I will show you a few more examples. And I did take some basic white and I stamped it and made some designer series paper when I made those other ones. I'll do that for today's card off camera as well. So to start with, playing with this, we had a team challenge, and we had a challenge, and this is what I used to make my card. They gave us the pieces, and then we could use whatever stamp set we wanted and plug it in. And I think that that turned out really nice. And I just did a few flowers, and I did some basic gray. I stamped this one in basic gray since it was so light. And then the next part of our challenge was they gave us this layout. I used some embossing folders, and I embossed this layer with one, this one with another, and this one with another. This is the gingham in this polished pink. And I thought that was really fun, and I used the in color jewels on that. And I didn't do anything to the inside. Here's where I started really having some fun. I think these are my favorite using this stamp set. I used some of this vellum, and I can't remember whether they call it glimmer, shimmer, what it is, but it's the in color vellum. And I would get that before that disappears, because when you emboss that, it is just gorgeous. And this one I used the macrame folder, and I think that that is on that last chance list, and I didn't do anything on the inside, but I just thought that this evening evergreen ribbon, this window pane ribbon, is so nice, and I think that it is carrying over as well. I can't remember. It's all kind of running together. We just got to look at that this week. And so here is another one of those cards that I just used that vellum paper on. And I just think it is so pretty and sparkly. I could even take some Wink of Stella and put on my flowers here. I did, I guess, use the dies on this card. I just layered them up and used dimensionals, and I added these in color jewels. And I think that this is a really beautiful card. I will save this one for someone special. So we just have a lot of really beautiful cards with that Dahlia stamp set. I hope that you take a look at it. Like I said, I didn't even come close to scratching the surface of what you can do with this set. I just thought that this week you could challenge yourself to follow this technique or method and make 2 cards and get them out in the mail. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.